everyone, it's Justin Kennington with the SDVoE Alliance. I'm joined today by Eric Farkas, product manager from Blackbox. Eric, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Justin.
So I understand Blackbox is very focused right now on applications. This is about how you talk to your audience. This is about how you present the product. Is that right?
Absolutely. I mean, products are great, but showing them off, cables, boxes, power supplies. Everybody wants to know what problem does this solve for me, right? They want to see the solution. They want to see the application.
This one's got 4 holes in the back of it. This one's got 6 holes in the back of it. Yeah.
Exactly. Products are becoming very uniform, right? They all look the same. They all have the same connectors. So it's really about what can they do for me? What problem can they solve?
Okay.
How do I use them? How do I build the solution?
Okay, perfect. And these application stories give a great way to talk about it. What are some of the top applications that you're focused on?
Well, esports is certainly big news right now. There's lots of, return to school, return to college. There's lots of programs coming around it. Lots of evangelism about healthier esports and how to train, how to limit screen time and stuff so that some of the stigma with esports goes away. And of course, technology is a big part of that, right? Just like traditional sports, esports has people that want to go spectate, they want to watch people compete, they want to learn how to play from watching other players, live streaming, things like Twitch. So it's huge right now, and we have a lot of people talking to us about it.
How do you choose the applications that you want to spend your time focused on?
Well, we look at technology that we come out with and what businesses it really helps, right? Talking about technology like our MCX product, it's great. We can talk about 4K, we can talk about zero latency or low latency, talk about 60 hertz and full frame rate. But at the end of the day, does that really matter for certain vertical markets? And the answers are going to differ. Everybody has an opinion, but retail, I don't think they really care about that. But things like esports, they're definitely interested. You lose a couple frames, things get out of synchronization. That'll kill an event. It ruins the spectator experience.
It's a matter of virtual life or death.
It's like hearing the touchdown before the touchdown happens. On the video screen. That would be an awful, spectator experience.
Spoiler
right?
alert.
So live events and esports are definitely something that's very critical to the technology.
Talk about live events, and how have you seen that lately? Obviously, the last couple of years of people being forced to stay home and stay away from each other had a massive effect on the live events industry. What do you see in terms of their comeback, and is there anything different about the technology now, or are they just back and need the technology they've always needed?
I think it's a combination of both. There's technology needs there, and many of the sports venues, live event venues, have taken advantage of the downtime, so to speak, to revamp, rethink, strategize on how they're going to present, events in the future. The other part of it is when you're talking about live venues that do have some kind of restrictions, right? They're talking about space, how close you can sit together, family groups, versus, disparate groups. And there's a lot more screens going up, right? There's a lot more, you want to see the event live, you want to see the field or the pitch or the arena or, whatever it is. But there's also experience in, the concession areas. There's also experience in the concourses. There's also experience outside, right? Some people aren't comfortable going and sitting in a seat next to, somebody else. So venues are accommodating that by saying, well, hey, come out and be part of it, enjoy the experience, but don't put yourself at risk. Watch it on a screen outside, safely distanced. So all that comes into play with our technology.
Interesting. And then we're right back into this, in this case, latency question. Of creating that good experience so that everyone can be synchronized and enjoy it truly together, not, you get it in 3 seconds and you get it in 5 seconds.
Absolutely, yeah. You want to experience it together, you want to cheer together, you want to pout together, whatever it is. Yeah,
that's great. Any other big applications that you guys have? You mentioned the back to school, returning to the school post-pandemic. What's the technology story like there?
Well, education, similarly to live events, has had the chance, had a little bit of a break, right? There was a big rush to do remote learning and get all kinds of technology in place, but then, school buildings and universities are sitting empty classrooms and stuff. So what a perfect time to rethink and re-strategize. And there's been changes in education. I'm not necessarily an education expert, but the kind of linear learning method is changed a lot. People take things in differently. They're used to more screen time. They're used to multiple things going on, watching a video while reading a lecture or PowerPoint or whatever. So there's new strategies, bigger screens, multi-views are very important in that kind of environment. Synchronization again is very important. You don't want to be presenting different information to the remote audience as you're putting to the classroom, because of course some of that's gone hybrid, some of it's full return, some of it's still remote.
Sure.
It's all over the place. But yeah, the AV part of it is delivering that content the same way no matter where you're learning from, and it's delivering it in new ways by mixing different types of media together to create a non-linear learning environment.
Yeah, and hopefully, I'm no education expert either, but we have one on staff, and he reminds me how different people learn differently, and hopefully the technology enables a sort of diversity of presentation, so that everyone can kind of pick and choose the way that they learn best, and hopefully AV in our return to the classroom can enable everyone to learn more and learn better.
Absolutely. I think it's already working.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Eric, is there anything we didn't cover? Anything else we should touch on?
Just touch quick on our new Velocity program. Many of the viewers might not know about it. So, we recently started a program called Velocity. You can get to it at blackbox.com/velocity. And what it's really all about is learning how to better sell and integrate and, be knowledgeable about our products, address these new markets. We have to get that information. We have some close contact with customers and partners and stuff, so we get to learn it and we get to develop to it. But, for our channel, for our integrators, resellers, it's a constant learning experience. And this Velocity program allows you to not only register, get in and learn more information about specific product sets or all product sets, but it also has the ability to enable you to get access to different, exclusive products and also additional discounting as you learn and prove competency and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's really a great program to encourage your sales team and your solutions architecture teams to learn the newest, latest, greatest technologies and also evangelize them out there with your customers.
That's a great incentive, right? Because, if you really look at it, the better educated and the more knowledgeable your customer is, frankly, the less money they're going to cost you in support. So offering them a discount to go get educated and better their skill set, I think that's a perfect alignment of incentives, and I love to see that. I know that that we share the feeling that education around this industry is super important. That's why SDVoE Academy is central to what we do, and why these training programs, including your Black Box Academy, right. Which actually we share some content, right? So
Sure.
people can get brought up by SDVoE content on the basics of our platform, and then take that further into, how does Black Box MCX implement it? How does it work specifically there in the Black Box environment? I think it's great, and I love working with you on education.
Yeah, it's an excellent partnership, and it's really about doing it right the first time. That's what we want, right? We don't want mistakes. We don't want to have to reinstall. It's not about the cost. It's about customer satisfaction.
You got it. And ultimately, that's gonna make our integrators more money too.
Absolutely, and it offers them new opportunities to control systems and write code and all the things that they love to do.
Well, Eric, thank you so much for joining, and thank you for watching.